My first song was Tyree, the Bad Real World. Word up.
Craziness.
Yo, it must be
Oh,
Tuesday,
it
man.
must be Tuesday.
You already know what it is down in Sports Talk. We are in the building, left-handed at RM Desk, and I got my ubiquitous Code D in the building holding me down. Yada Bears in the house. Um, yeah, it's gonna be a nice one tonight. We're gonna talk about a bunch of different things. Um, mainly, making some. Oh yeah, the Eagles.
Y'all
Yeah,
know,
the
y'all
Eagles.
know the vibes. Y'all know the vibes.
Yada
You know.
Bears going to talk about the Eagles and stuff like that. But we're going to get into Angel Reese. We're going to talk about that situation, what's going on at LSU or what's not going on at LSU. Um, Draymond Green is up to his old tricks. All right, you know what I mean. And Shakur Stevenson, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into that too. But it's Thanksgiving week. You know what I mean? Hope everybody's, when they traveling mode, they get with their families and
Yeah.
celebrate the spirit of, being together and all that good stuff, however you choose to do it. Here's a little quick jewel right here. Before you set the table, or when you set the table, you put the chores, you get the chores, you write down all the chores, wash the dishes, dry the dishes, whatever, clean the table off. You fold them up, you put them on little pieces of paper, you fold it up, you put it under the chairs around the table. Everybody, you sit where you want to sit, whoop-de-whoop.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of dinner, when dinner's over, everybody look under their chair, and that's the chore that they got. You know what I mean? So, it's what it is. But yeah, so that's my little jewel. That's my tidbit. You know what I'm saying? Hennessy Peach Cobbler soon come. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You got to subscribe to Down to In Sports Talk.
oh, that's
Yeah, for
exclusive
that.
right there.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Browski, aka Yada Bear, aka 60s.net. Number one. What's good with you?
Oh man, chilling. Getting ready for the holiday weekend. Even though I'll be working majority of the holiday, but that's
Mm,
fine. Look, I'm always about that bread. That
I know that's right.
gotta gotta
Dollar
gotta
dollar
get that,
bill,
that
y'all.
double time. But I'm gonna be able to enjoy some of these games this weekend. It's a lot
Absolutely.
of sports this weekend. It's
Yep.
a heavy jam pack.
Yep. Yep.
Everybody's playing. It's every freaking league is on. I feel like baseball would try to throw a game on if they could. They.
Yeah, I mean, it starts early too, like college basketball with the Maui Invitationals and
Yeah,
tournaments starting early in the
it's
12
so
o'clock,
yeah,
3
so
o'clock. So
many.
yeah, absolutely, you get your fill in. Um, yeah, and Black Friday, the Jets and Miami Dolphins. You know
That's
what I mean?
something brand new on
Yeah,
Prime. It's
yeah,
like what? You getting a
yeah.
Black
It's a
Friday
lot.
game?
It's a lot different than what they planned back in September.
Hey, look. But guess what? The way the Jets are playing, they better put them on Black Friday. I need a
Yeah,
discount. Is that a
yeah, I
discount
dig it.
game?
Absolutely. We in the house, man. Down in Sports Talk Tuesday night. You know the vibes. 60s.net. That's where you get your vibes at. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Join the community over there, man. You know what I mean? It's about us. It's for us. You can say what you got to say and all that good stuff over there. Shout out to the homie Jay. Um, let's get into it. Word up. Happy
Where we
Thanksgiving,
going
everybody.
first?
All right. Let's get into it. Angel Reese. Like she's missed now the last 2 games.
Yeah, yeah.
All
She's
right.
not playing today.
So what are we chalking it up to? Grades? I mean, we can't really chalk it up to bad performance because I think she had 11 points and 6 rebounds the last time she was on the court.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a game she sat out the second half. So I'm not
Yeah.
understanding. Maybe I don't understand. So I don't want to jump out the window and say it's grades, but then that's on some other stuff with the moms and that I can't really even figure that out. But that's where we at in today's society and stuff. The moms get into it. You could talk about that a little bit more, Browski.
Yeah, what I've been seeing, is very heavy, on X, aka Twitter, is that Angel Reese and Fly J mom um going at it, back and
Claudia
forth.
Johnson and their
Yeah,
teammates.
teammates. They've been going at it back and forth. Saying Fly J Johnson moms is putting out there that Angel Reese grades are bad, and which is one of the reasons why she's not playing, not with the team. But we still haven't gotten any official word from LSU and Coach Kim. She hasn't said anything. When they asked her at the press conference after they beat, I believe it was Kent State, she just said that we or just wait, hoping that she's okay, you know. And like saying that she's okay, I'm like, well, is she hurt? Is she sick? Is she injured? Like, is somebody in the immediate family hurt, or if it's some family issues? And then we turn around and it's this big explosion on Twitter, and then you have former teammates also chiming in and saying, "Hey, don't get me talking." And I'm like, whoa, like, are we having some beef within the what seemed to be a tight knit LSU team, having so much success last season, doing a whole bunch of touring around in the off season. We seen Angel in commercials, music videos, award shows, red carpets. We seen Fly J doing ciphers in the studio, doing futures and just out there. But what we didn't see from them was them in the gym the whole summer.
That's right.
We didn't see that, and also
right. It ain't about no grades either.
Yeah, and what's crazy is that they coming at her about the GPA. Is that at the end of the season, she announced that that she wasn't going to do in-person classes, that she was going to do online classes, which we all know, but what's crazy is, like, on other platforms, like on Twitter, people's and TikTok, people are talking, making videos, and people who go to school at LSU, they like, well, we had bigger stars on campus that went to in-person classes.
Right, absolutely.
Sitting off names like Joe Burrow and Justin Jefferson and
Mahmoud Abdul Rauf.
Yeah, but keeping it like in the present time, they're like, Joe Burrow, I had class with him, or Justin Jefferson, I walk past him every day. No one's bothering him, no one's trying to get autograph or take pictures or anything like that, because we all know that, hey, we still have classes to attend.
Right.
So for her to go off and thinking that maybe her head got a little bit too big, she's thinking she's a bigger celebrity, a bigger star than what she actually is, and now we got the NIL money. She's out here, car commercials. She's getting cars, and maybe she's thinking that basketball is now second nature. But basketball is what got her there.
Let me say something. Like, you got it's when you get comfortable, like you said, it's all this stuff that's coming to you, right? And on top of the national championship that you earned, all of that. I'm not mad at that. Salute, you earned that.
Yeah.
But the job is not done. Like, you know what I mean? So all the accolades, all the red carpets, and all of this and that and the third, you earned that. That's well deserved. Nobody's saying that you don't deserve that at all. But it's showing up that you did a little bit too much of that instead of, like what y'all have said, being in the gym, and it's showing and proving. And you wasn't in the classroom, online or offline.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, I get it, but I really want to call it what it is without sounding like I'm coming down on her. I'm not coming down on it at all, because this is what you get. This is what you get. You're a national champion. I don't want to say created uproar. You defended yourself. You did what you did. You know what I mean? And you capitalize on that. Let's keep it green.
True.
You capitalize on that, yo. So again, I'm not saying what you was doing was wrong, but now it's time to defend that. That was like you say, when everybody says you win this championship, you celebrate it, and then it's time to move on to the next one. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And so at the end of the day, I guess, like you said, Angel is kind of like, they said the cameras and the modeling takes place on the basketball court, and it don't.
Yeah.
You
And
you
but
can't you can't bring that with you on the floor. Leave
no,
that in the locker room.
yeah, no, that's entirely true. But I also got to look at it this way too, throw another
Uh-huh.
perspective on it.
Uh-huh.
Is why are we talking about this? Why? Because it's a female who's have the limelight on now. We don't talk about Caleb Williams' grades. We knew. I'm just gonna throw it out here. A guy by the name of Kyrie Irving who went to Duke, superstar,
Right.
superstar. We come on now. You telling me that Kyrie was in class? We knew what was going.
I mean, he only
Remember
played
all the
8
stuff that was
games. I
going
mean,
on back then.
right.
You know,
Absolutely. He only played
when
8
Kyrie
games.
at Duke.
So,
You
I don't
think
know.
you think Joel Embiid was going to class in Kansas? Listen, I love Joel, okay, but the
Probably.
man, look, the man can hardly speak English when he was in Duke.
Why you get?
But left, it's true. What? He could hardly speak the language. So you telling me he going to class, but
Right.
nobody talk about his grade point average? No,
But
nobody talk. You think Sedora Sanders
she's
is
high
going to
profile.
class?
You're gonna get that. She's high
Yeah,
profile. She wasn't
I
high
get that,
profile.
but all them
She
guys
just
are high
went about her
profile
business
too.
and did her thing, And then here's the other thing: it's outside influences that bring that up. That probably was some in-house thing, but it was the outside influences, the moms, and talk about why is her GPA where it's at and all of this. You know what I mean? Making light of it, like it's crazy. Like
And that's
I
the
don't know, man.
funny
That
too.
really
Like
wasn't really an important issue last year or this
it's
year.
crazy. It is crazy, but I can't put it out there. I can't really, like I said, we can't really judge it because we don't have all the facts.
Right.
And people who rock with us, from day one, know that we operate on facts. We don't operate on speculation because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be the first one to put out some false information that we have seen plenty of times out here. So, the moms may be beefing. Maybe her grade's not that bad, but maybe, Fly J mom got some beef with, that they beef, and then what better shot to take at, another mother's child is, hey, let's talk about her grades, She not smart. She can't read. She just played basketball. Something like that. A low bar.
It gets then it gets deeper. Then it gets deep.
It gets deep like that. So who knows what's really going on?
Right.
They keeping it super tight in LSU. And only thing we can do is just wait and see if any information become available. But at the end of the day, Fly J, she better still, be getting them buckets, because if her play go downhill, then are we going to now point the finger at Fly J and start looking at her transcripts? Or are we going to be saying, oh, well, Fly J, only scored 6 points because maybe she was in the studio,
I'll say this. If they, I'm quite sure by now they looked at everybody's grades.
Yeah.
Right now. You know what I'm saying? They looked at that. Yeah. So if you out there playing, you on point. You got your grades. You got your grade thing together. So
Fly J mom made the block hot. She made the block hot.
Yeah,
she got her class.
She blew the spot up. She blew up the spot. Like I think that it comes out in the wash though. Anyway, Kimmy, it comes out in the wash, kid. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like at the end of the day, like you said, Angel Reese is, not the first. She's not the last. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Athlete to be. Let's call it what it is. To be coddled.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is. You know what I mean? And then that, that takes a little bit of your focus away from your schoolwork, what you got you here in the first place, allegedly. You know what I mean? So now, and like you said, the block got to really be hot if the moms is throwing salt in the game from the sideline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you got ex-teammates and people piling on, and it's like a Royal Rumble all of a sudden.
Yeah, you know so now... So now we looking at Angel like, yo, so are you the villain of the team?
what's really going
What's
on, you
going
know?
on? Yeah.
And and again, you know, we're gonna leave it on that. I just feel like, you know, again, we don't know all the facts of the situation and all that, but definitely we definitely gonna, you know, keep on top of it, because that's what we do down in sports. We in the building. Rock out with us, man, because we rocking 60s.net, man. That's the spot. That's where
Yes.
y'all need to be at, man. 60s.net. You could catch Yada Bear over there. You know what I mean?
Got them
Cause she
six
holding
zero
it
fingers.
down. Word up. Put in a chokehold. Speaking of chokeholds, yeah, I mean, you know, Draymond is at it again. You know, um, he grabbed the right dude. If anybody deserved to be choked, it's Rudy Gobert. I'm gonna say it like that. You know what I mean. If you know, you know,
If you
whatever.
know, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that it was you know, before the game, like, what is this, hockey? We do it like hockey now. You know what I mean? Before they drop the puck, they just start getting it cracking. You know what I'm saying? But I think that you know, Klay Thompson and Jaden McDaniels, you know, had, you know, something much to do with it. But Draymond Green is over the top with it. You know what I mean? He running around, you know, he be running around snuffing cats. And the dude ain't been the same ever since. They traded him to Washington, and I think Washington trying to get rid of him now. But with Draymond, you know, he's collected quite a resume. You know what I mean? Absolutely. He's and surprised, man. I'm really shocked and surprised that he's still able to, you know, collect things on his resume like this. After incident after incident after incident after incident after incident. Like, and you cost the Golden State Warriors a ring because of
Yes.
one of your incidents. And every time you have another incident, let me cook. Ain't that what they say? Let me cook.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Every time you have another incident, you know what gets brought up and what people think about when you did what you did. What was that, Steven Adams? I think it was. And you
What
got
last season?
suspended, and you missed it. And was it game 5? You missed the game 5 and cost your
Oh
team.
no. Oh wait a minute. Yeah, no, wait a minute. Was it Steven? What last season
No,
it was
it was just
bonus.
a few seasons back when they
Two
when they
seasons back when he kicked, yep, that was Steve
yeah,
Adams.
and he got
Yep.
suspended for the
Mm-hmm.
game 5. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So, like,
Stephen Adams.
again, this is what gets brought up every time when Draymond, you know, this is the last incident. Then you got the incident with Jordan Poole. You know what I mean? And when he snuffed him, that I mean, that was like, whew, what's next? You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
listen. Draymond do what Draymond does, okay? He just
But
did it a little too early in the season. You know, Draymond in mid-season form, because that's some mid-season Draymond stuff right there, you know. But as you start off saying, he did do it to the right guy, because if anybody's the true villain of the NBA
that's right.
league,
That's right.
is
That's
definitely
right.
Rudy
Rudy
Gobert,
Gobert. That's
okay?
right.
I mean, this is the same guy that shut down the league
They shut the
with
league down.
COVID.
That's right.
Yeah, he helped
Grabbing
COVID
all over the mic and all
infiltrate
that.
the
Yeah,
league.
yeah,
Yeah, he,
yeah. That's right. That's
no,
right.
no, like it was a joke, you
That's
know.
right. That's
This
right.
guy from France, okay, who a lot of people say is a punk, and yeah, because you're a 7 foot guy, Draymond got you in the chokehold. When you get let go, I'm rushing you. Like, we gotta fight. You know, I can't look. I'm not a man, but I can't just have another grown person try to choke me out and I don't try to retaliate, you know.
And you walk away. It's
I'm walking away. I'm walking back to my respective bench. No,
right.
I feel like we
Yeah,
gotta
we got to
square
finish
up
this,
now.
son. Yeah, we got
Yeah,
to squab. Yeah,
it's me
we
and
got to get
you
it
now.
popping. Yep,
It's
that's
me,
right.
but you can also tell that Rudy teammates don't really mess with him like that, because Cat was just watching. Cat didn't try
Right.
to break it up.
Ain't
He was
nobody
in
else
the
want no
mix,
smoke.
but not really
They
in the
ain't want
mix,
no
you
smoke
know?
like Snoop Dogg. They ain't want
Yeah.
no smoke like Snoop.
He wasn't no smoke, but he definitely ain't trying to get Draymond off of him. You
Right.
know, I thought it, like I said, the whole situation was wild. Klay Thompson is just, I don't know who this guy is. You know, he's getting in altercations. He's playing like trash. I mean, we need to really start talking and looking at like, is Klay washed? Because he looks bad out here.
Just out of all, like, and I say this to that, out of all the guys that been around for all these championship runs with the Golden State Warriors, Stephs and your Clays and your Draymonds, and at one point your Iguodalas and all those guys that been around. Sometimes for me, I look at it like sometimes somebody got to go out of that group that you manifest those championships with. You know what I mean? And, right. And sometimes it gets too long. The spacing. You got those titles that you could fall back on and talk about and reminisce, but sometimes somebody might need a change of scenery. Curry ain't going nowhere. Apparently, Draymond Green ain't going nowhere unless it's self-inflicted. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the only one left that you could, is Klay. But he's playing himself out by what he's doing right now, being focused on the other nonsense, not being effective. You know what I mean? He's not the Klay Thompson of 3 years ago. Injury notwithstanding, I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
again, I hear that.
Yeah.
It's just crazy because I think Klay would probably been out of here a lot sooner if it wasn't for the whole Jordan Poole situation. I feel like Jordan Poole was supposed to kind of be the replacement. Yeah, because now, like you said, the way that Klay is playing, his value is definitely going down.
Way down. Right. And he's somebody that probably end up on the Knicks. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, but
Draymond, man, going back to Draymond, I mean, 5 games, that's light work for him.
That's absolutely light work. Absolutely,
that's light work. He's chilling.
Yeah.
That's not going to affect him at all. He's losing about like 700,000. That's nothing. That's pocket change. He got bread. He just got more bread. So that's just pocket change. But I feel like any type of altercation that includes Draymond, he's going to get the most severe punishment because of his history.
When does it stop with this? When does it stop with this dude?
When he's done with the league, because that's who he is. He's in the realm of the bad boys, the tough guys, the Larry Johnsons, the hard foul guys, the Bill Laimbeer guys, the Joe Dumars guys, the Dennis Rodman, type of guys.
Let me stop you right there.
I'm telling you.
No. You're right. Run off a list of people names, like you just ran off from that era of bad boys who we know would give you the business.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna bring it up to date. Run off a list of names, starting with Draymond Green, and then who's next, and then who's that. That's my point.
Yeah, it's only Draymond Green because I can't look at it's only him, but then we got a light-skinned guy in Houston that used to be in Memphis that's trying to be like that guy, And
then he's trying. Nobody paid attention to that.
Yeah.
He's not in the league. You know what I mean?
He's
Nobody
trying it, That's why.
You don't got no wings. You don't got nothing.
He don't have anything, but that's what I'm saying. He's trying.
Yeah,
he wants to be who Draymond is. So Draymond is truly the only real quote unquote tough guy in the league that does this stuff. I mean, you can throw Pat Bev's name in there because he's agitated, but he don't take it as far.
There you go. Absolutely. Let's go, Browski. Right. That's right.
He can agitate you. Him. What's the other guy that the guard for the Wolves? He used to be on Utah. His name Tony. Tony. I can't think of his name, but it's another guy. It's kind of tough, but they don't take it as far. They
And that's the point.
Marcus
Yeah.
Smart. Look at Marcus Smart. He's annoying. He can agitate you, but he's not trying to fight you.
Nah.
At the end of the day, Draymond trying to fight you.
Draymond, he trying to fight you. And like, even when you talk about, like guys that talk like Kevin Garnett and those guys like that, they would get at you. But at the end of the day, they knew, like, once you got between the lines, it was what it was. But Draymond Green wants to have a AEW, WWE, SummerSlam match at the basketball game. Like, it's bugged out.
I mean, he didn't stomped on chest. He didn't kick guys below. He didn't hit guys below.
I wonder what Draymond Green would have did in the Malice at the Palace.
What
if Draymond Green? What if Draymond Green would have been tested again?
He'd been right there with Steven Jackson and Jermaine O'Neal,
right? And all the crazy ones, like right on test.
He would fit in. He would get in when he fit in, right?
All right, yo, we in the building, man. Down in Sports Talk, we in the house, man. Every Tuesday night, you know how we give it up, man. Myself and my co-D Yada Bear in the house, man. 60s.net is where you go to get that fly. Talk about what we talk about and how we talk about it. You know what I mean? Yada Bear's over there. Make sure you check out Yada Bear.
I'm super linked up over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yada Bear, it's what it is. Yada Bear's in the building. Make sure you check it out over there down in Sports Talk. Make sure you check it out 60s.net. Your Eagles. Once again, the stage is yours. I mean, y'all went to Kansas City and handled y'all business. Talk about it.
Listen, that game last night. Look, if you didn't have high blood pressure, you would have had high blood pressure. If you don't have a heart condition, Eagles will give you a heart condition. Like, being the Eagles fan, it could be bad for your health. I'll put it that way. But we went to Kansas City. We all know the story. They've been talking about it all week. Oh, Super Bowl rematch. I don't look at it that way. I just look at it as another game, because we're not playing for no trophy. We ain't getting no trophy at the end of that game. Only thing we got was a victory. All week they're going back and forth. Andy Reid, undefeated after a bye week. Patrick Mahomes, blah blah blah. We haven't beat Andy Reid since he's been, with the Chiefs. So, to go out there in KC in bad weather and come out with the victory, I'm very happy with it. We didn't even play our best. The first half, oh my God, we was getting trash out there. Our offensive line was in shambles out there. Chris Jones, the guy Sneed, like Steve Spagnuolo,
they was catching wreck. Yeah, they was catching wreck.
Steve Spagnuolo defense out there, and we all know a Steve Spagnuolo defense is high blitz. He's gonna bring the heat, especially against this offensive line, because we quote unquote was supposed to have the best offensive line in football, but in the first half, it definitely didn't look that way. We didn't look like we had anybody out there on the line. Nobody could block anybody. Jalen Hurts didn't have any time in the pocket in the first half, and it's shown in the score. We was down 17-7 at halftime. We had one good drive. That was the second drive of the game when we scored the touchdown. And then after that, it was, 3 and out, punt. We had the bad pick, that pick was crazy, because AJ Brown beat Snead so bad that with Spagnuolo sending out the zero blitz, Jalen couldn't see that, AJ was wide open if he would just threw it over the top, because he beat Snead so bad. It was crazy that he just threw, the route. He was expecting AJ to come back for the ball, the original route, but he beat him so bad, and Snead was undercut. He caught it. It is what it is. But the second half was a different story. And that's been the Chiefs' problem, second half, not being able to score. We came out, scored, and put 14 points up in the second half, and they put up a big donut, you know. Hey, shout out to what's his name? Marquez Gander Valtez for
Yeah,
not catching
yeah.
that ball.
MC
Shout out
Butterfingers.
Shout out to Andy Reid for being I can plug a guy in my system and not go out there and pick up another receiver in the trade. We talked about that during the trade deadline, that how shocked that we was that certain wide receivers didn't get traded, especially from your Buccaneers. A Mike Evans
Yeah,
or
Mike
a Chris
Evans. Yeah.
Godwin. To me, I thought the perfect marriage would have been a Mike Evans getting traded to the Chiefs, for this particular reason, because they have the most drop passes.
All
They
them
have
dudes be dropping passes. They learn how to catch. They learn how to catch on Madden. That's how they learn how to catch.
everybody drop passes, and
They
everybody
learn how
keep
to catch on
looking.
Madden.
Yeah, and everybody keep looking at the Eagles and keep stating that, well, we don't look like the same team last year. Yeah, but guess what? Neither does the Chiefs. The Chiefs, before our loss, they had bad losses on their record. Like they should have never lost to Denver. That they lost to Denver. They lost to the Lions.
They lost
So
to Denver bad. They
yeah,
lost to the Lions at home.
yeah, in
Open
the
the season with
opener.
drop passes. So they've been
Exactly.
doing it all season.
Yeah. So was I surprised at the effort in the second half? No, because that's been a MO the whole season. And that also, like I said, that goes back to Andy Reid, thinking that he's the smartest guy in the room. He's on his Belichick ish by stating that, well, I'm just going to rock out with the guys. My system works. He could throw to anybody, but these guys had to catch the ball, and they couldn't catch the ball. In the second half, Jalen Hurts came back out, with a chip on his shoulder. He had a point to prove. He went down there and got the job done. Our defense played pretty decent. Um,
I was
uh,
smacking Patrick Mahomes. I was smacking Patrick Mahomes around. I saw one sack that Hassan Reddick got in his chest. Like,
early, and then
whoa!
he got the pick from Kevin Bayard, in the end zone.
I was like, oh man.
Yeah, and then you had Bradley Roby punching the ball out from Kelsey, So it was a good match, back and forth. Pacheco was doing his thing in the first half, but we had to shut that down in the second half, make some adjustments. All in all, saying all of this, Eagles came up with the win. But when I look at the Eagles, I need Brian Johnson to go. He's not a good offensive coordinator because it was a lot of suspect play calling. Why are we doing QB draws when it's 2nd and 22? What are you doing? Why would we throw a screen pass when it's 3rd and 22? It's like you are playing preventative offense. Like you calling the game scared. You giving them chances to get back in the game. You keeping them in the game. It's kind of almost like Chip Kelly. Bang, 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 stupid play after stupid play. Now we got 3 and outs, and now my defense back on the field. And then they back on the field for another 5 to 6 minutes. And then they get off. And then we on the field for about a minute or two. And then my defense back on the field again. So it kind of was giving me flashbacks of the Chip Kelly offense. And I'm looking at Nick Sirianni like, Coach, you may have to take over play calling, because these plays that this guy is running is not it's definitely not hitting. It's not hitting for nothing. But I'll take the victory. We got Buffalo this Sunday. And it's just good to get the monkey off our back that we can't beat Andy Reid. And we finally beat Andy Reid, And everybody keeps saying, oh, this is our gauntlet. It's the beginning of the gauntlet. Well, gauntlet, we are 1-0 in the gauntlet. Next up is Buffalo. And in the words of my quarterback, Jalen Hurts, you keep the main thing, the main thing. And the main thing is winning. Okay, we 9-1. Look, we 9-1. Eagles stand up. Fly, Eagles fly.
There we go. We in the building, man. You know, yeah, from Yada Bear talking about her Philadelphia Eagles
Yeah,
doing
buddy.
work. My Buccaneers, we lost again to the 49ers, man. We got beat by Mr. Irrelevant. You know, nothing like getting beat by Mr. Irrelevant. You know what I mean? Again, I hear people now all of a sudden talking about how our secondary is like garbage. I've been saying that. I've been saying that for
day
years.
one you were saying it.
You know what I mean? Again, it's going to get blown up. You know what I mean? Again, like I said, we're staring at another 6-11 season, which is a shame. In a division that was definitely winnable. I didn't expect us to go in to San Francisco and dominate. I expected us to compete, and we always end up having to kind of like lick our wounds and do like Rocky. We get knocked down so much in the first half, you know what I mean? And we got no choice but to stand on our square and try to make it happen. And again, my secondary is so garbage. And the way they get beat, man, it's just and I'm not one of those dudes, man, that see the silver lining. I see when you get beat. I see it. Then I see you on social media acting like it's sweet when it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, like it's always the secondary. The secondary makes the defense look bad. There, I said it. Sonny Cruz, all the other Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. The secondary makes the Tampa Bay defense look bad. As much as they talk about how supposedly great the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is, I don't hear a peep out of my defensive line. When the last time they talked about White?
Oh man, I haven't heard Devin White name. Not all season.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think I'm the realest Buccaneers fan that's walking. I don't have my head stuck in the clouds like it's gonna be great one day. It is gonna be great one day. That one day ain't gonna be tomorrow. How about that? So again, Todd Bowles, I said it before and I said it again. You got handed the keys to a Super Bowl, defending Super Bowl champion. And you turned it into garbage. But I'm not gonna say it's all your fault, even though you're supposed to be what is it, Browski? Alleged what? Hold on, let me put the air quotes up.
What,
defensive guru.
A defensive guru?
Defensive guru. And that ain't working out. So Bruce Arians, again, I said it last week and I'm gonna say it again. Bruce Arians went upstairs and said, yo, I'm not dealing with this.
He washed his hands, he was like, I'm done.
Absolutely. Byron Leftwich was out of here.
He said, I got the ring, I'm done.
Got good. Rob Gronkowski left with him.
Yep.
Like, you at the end of the day, you bought the creamsicles back for nothing.
Yo, you know what's so crazy? I just thought about it, that you just said it. Tom gone, Gronk gone, like everybody they brought in for that Super Bowl run. Lenny's gone, is gone. And you just left with the original pieces.
Antonio Brown. Yeah, I mean,
and you just left with the original pieces that you had.
That don't want to be there no more.
Don't want to be there no more. That's used to losing.
Absolutely.
You just brought back the losing culture back to the organization. That's crazy.
And listen, man, I'm gonna say this one more time. I pop my collar all the time. Like again, we skipped over those 5 years with Jameis Winston. I was not in favor of Tom Brady coming to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I was not in favor of that. Right? We got a Super Bowl out the deal. I'm supposed to be like, oh, okay, Tom Brady got us the Super Bowl. What's going to happen after Tom Brady leaves? And I said that.
Yeah.
Now everybody's like poo-pooing it and sitting on their hands and talking about, oh, we're going to get greater later. No. I told you this was going to happen.
Yeah.
We back to square one now. We don't got no quarterback. We got half a coach. We got 3/4 of offensive line. We got a wide receiver who got 1 foot out the door.
Yeah.
Who's not going to get his 1,000 yards this year, which is a total shame.
Yeah.
You got a garbage quarterback to do what? He's like Baker Mayfield at this point, and I'm, and get at me and send me the email. I'm with it. You know what I mean? At this point, Baker Mayfield is like fix-a-flat. He's patching up a hole that was there already.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady was the expensive patch. He was the blinged out patch. Then that wore out. And when that wore out, now you had to go find a patch. Oh, who was other patches out there? The Tannehill patch, Cousins patch, the Aaron Rodgers patch. There was other patches out there. But look, this was Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Like, and I almost like despise my team for doing this, man. You know what I mean? But enough about that. Let's talk about some other stuff in the NFL, man. This is Down in Sports Talking, how we give it up. We get kind of caught up in the situation because we love our teams and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about the AFC North and how they lost 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
In the same week. You know, Joe Burrow, gone out of here for the season, wrist injury. He got like a torn ligament in his wrist.
All that money.
Here's the next guy. All that money. Here we go again. Deshaun Watson.
All that money, guaranteed.
Somehow he got like some type of broken bone in his shoulder, which is
he got a winged out cast.
Yeah. Oh, which is wild to me. You just paid Joe all that bread, and you
all
paid
that money they
Deshaun all that bread.
And the only one left is Kenny Pickett and Lamar Jackson.
Yep, and I mean, what can we say about Kenny Pickett? My man had 104 yards total. He's not the answer neither. He looks just as bad.
Well, he was more the answer than Canada was. They got rid of him.
Well, Canada should have been out of there. It took Kenny looking that terrible for them to finally fire Canada. Is Canada the fall guy? So
they should have taken Kenny Pickett in the first place.
Yeah. So all of that is on Matt Canada. Yeah, Matt Canada was terrible, but I mean, if you want to go to the core of the problem is the man standing on the sideline with the clipboard that everyone has to answer to. I'm gonna say this: when Marvin Lewis was the coach for the Bengals, I questioned myself for years. How did this man still have a job?
Right. Right.
How was Marvin Lewis still in Cincinnati for like 14 seasons?
Absolutely.
With nothing. Didn't accomplish anything there.
And when he did go to the playoffs, they lost to San Diego Chargers. The Chargers went to Cincinnati and beat them.
So I go on to say this, that it's time for Mike Tomlin to go. Because what's going on in Pittsburgh is...
Where's Walker?
Yeah, well, I have said that already to win. That I think it's time for Tomlin to go. We always say, oh, well, Mike Tomlin hasn't had a losing season. Well, any season you don't make the playoffs is a losing season. Any season you don't win the championship is a losing season.
Well, so last year was a losing season for you?
That's right. It was. Right. We went to the Super Bowl, and guess what? All those wins amount to nothing when you don't win the championship.
Uh-oh.
That's what it is.
Uh-oh. Let's be back from his store run. They just said
Yeah.
the wrong thing. You just said the
Yeah.
wrong thing.
No, I said the right thing. I said
Okay,
the
we're
right
walking and
thing.
popped up.
On the
Yeah.
highway, I'm driving right now. Hey, I'm
Look.
driving. I might break up anytime. I've been watching y'all the whole time.
When?
Hey, big ups to the Eagles. Y'all got a great win. But the Steelers, I'm glad we got rid of Matt Canada. That's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can say.
That's the beginning of the recovery process. But truthfully, you need to start having a conversation about Mike Tomlin. It's time for Tomlin to go.
Well,
because all that ain't Matt Canada's fault. Pittsburgh been bad.
Well, he was calling some high school plays. High school.
But,
we on the 50-yard. We on the 50-yard line. Run the ball twice. You get 3 or 4 yards each time. Then you got a third down easy. You want to throw the ball, and we only took out 14 seconds. That was the dumbest move I ever seen in football history.
And guess what? I understand that. But guess what? Who signed off on those plays? Mike Tomlin.
He got to sign off. He on the sideline now. He not calling from up in the booth.
But at the end of the day, Mike Tomlin hears it. He hears the play coming through. And he's okay in it. So it's not all Matt Canada. Mike Tomlin's like, all right, we'll go ahead and do that.
Who was the other offensive coordinator that y'all had a problem with?
Oh, the guy that was fighting in the bars.
Who was the other dude that y'all had? What's his name?
About they want they're saying they want old boy to come. And Antonio Brown. He said he want to put his name in for the job.
For the offensive coordinator job?
It was nice talking to you, Win Walker. We got to go. We
he seriously said he want to come in. Hey, I'm on the road. We going.
It was nice talking to you.
No, for real. No, for real. No, I'm on the road, y'all.
What are you gonna do with Antonio Brown? Why is that even a conversation?
I know that was a joke though. That's why I was laughing about it. But what I want to tell
it was the kid.
Good.
It was Todd Haley. Was it Todd Haley?
Todd Haley, yeah. Hey, but check this out.
In the bars.
I'm gonna keep it real though. Hey, we can still salvage this season. We'll be all right. Big ups to the Eagles. Like I said, I knew they could beat them bums. Kansas City, they're a bunch of bums. Denver tore them up. So I just want to say this. Hey, it's gonna get greater later, and that's what we waiting on, for it to get greater later. Bottom line.
I mean, that sounds.
You say so.
That sounds.
Okay, Eagles. All right, Eagles. Okay, Eagles. Okay, Eagles.
But right now, y'all 2-1 in your division. You know.
Yeah.
Y'all in the number 3 spot behind the team with no quarterback.
Yeah, but guess what? That won't happen anymore. That was luck. Hey, like I said, I'm on the road. I'm down here in Texas. We down here to visit her aunt right quick and do our Thanksgiving with them right quick. I'm on my way back. I'm on my way back. Hey, hold on. I'm on my way back to celebrate Thanksgiving at home because it's my birthday. Thanksgiving Day. I just want to tell both of y'all, happy Thanksgiving. I love y'all. Hey, big ups. Hey, before I go, y'all look at the Lakers is right there, but look at the Thunder. The Thunder is the first 10-win team. So hey, it's still early.
We talked about that. We'll talk about that. Hey, yo, travel safe, man.
Yeah, be safe.
All right, y'all. All right. Peace.
Walk in the house, y'all. Peace. Been walking in the house down in Sports Talk. 60s.net is the spot where you find Down in Sports Talk and you find Yada Bear.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, man. Go ahead.
But going back to the NFL, it's all about the Giants getting a victory, you know, with Mr. Tommy / Danny DeVito.
Yeah, with Tommy
being the Washington
DeVito.
Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, I mean, mm-hmm.
and then at the end of the game, they fighting, have
Yeah,
a have a nice little brawl out there, and
yeah,
then
nice
they
little
throw
Royal
salt,
Rumble.
and then they throw more salt in the wound. They couldn't even take a shower after the game because they had no hot water. Magic Johnson said, "You guys are terrible. Turn the hot water off."
Magic Johnson said, "No, well, we don't need to make no coffee. Turn off the hot water. Ain't nothing going on. You can't. You give up all these points to Tommy DeVito. Like,
he
you know what I mean?
He said both of y'all stink. So
He
go home and
stink. He was hanging out with Patsy Weber and Ralph Mouth. Tommy DeVito.
Right?
You know what I mean?
That was crazy right there. Seeing that, I said, "Oh my god!" I said, "How?"
I mean, when you talk about salt in the wound, like look at like Daniel Jones. Like again, at the end of the day, all that money they spent on an injured dude, and then you look at his understudy. He's coming in. He's suffering his bumps and bruises, as all quarterbacks who come in do.
Yeah.
But he found his footing. You know what I mean? On the road, division game, can't take it away from him. You know what I mean? So again, salute to him. And this NFL, anything can happen.
That's why I say any given
Sunday, right? Thursday, Friday,
apparently
Saturday,
Friday now.
Monday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Go ahead, Browski.
And now we need to start talking about the Chargers and the coach Dan Staley, who calls the defense.
I mean, I think they're the most overrated, underachieving team. They're like the Yankees, the Los Angeles Chargers. They have all the components on offense and defense. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And just can't get out their own way. They can't get out of their own way. And people waiting for them to come out and make it do what it do. Or now the race is on. Are they going to be garbage, or is Justin Herbert's contract going to be a waste of time? The extension.
I mean, the moment right now, it's looking like a waste of time, and I feel like they may need to switch coaches again because he's not it. And if they decide to go that route, this is going to be his third coach that will be coming in, for Justin Herbert.
And it's not, to me, it's not like, this is not a situation about the players, because we know what the Chargers bring to the table. You know, Derwin James, Eckler, you know what I mean, Williams, you know what I mean, Bosa, you know what I mean. But it's the coach. This one's on the coach. Absolutely.
At 100%.
It's on the coach. And so again, you know, just to just jump out the window and pick anybody who you feel like is that guy for the moment is not working for the Chargers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they gotta have to really do their due diligence and find out what kind of team they want to be, and that coach that's gonna, you know, get them, you know, get Justin Herbert where he needs to be, you know what I mean, and get all of the, you know, get the Chargers all on the same page, because you have a Super Bowl worthy. We can't even say contending right now, because you know what I mean? We have a Super Bowl worthy team that's not playing up to their standards. And that sounds like the Yankees. You got a World Series worthy team that's either dealing with injuries, or the team is just underperforming. And that's what the Chargers is. They're dealing with injuries. They're dealing with underperformance. So now all of that goes back to the coach. Then and when you heap the games that you're losing, they're not losing by a big margin. They're just losing.
They lost by 3 to the Packers.
Yeah, they're just losing.
They let Jordan Love throw for over 300 yards.
Just when they had Jordan Love on the scrap heap.
Exactly, throwing over 300 yards. But here's another team in that division that we thought was dead in the water. It seems they got some life back into them, which is the Broncos. You know, we was questioning, you know, Russ and Sean Payton. You know, at the beginning of the season, they was looking terrible. Now they fire off 4 straight wins. 2 of them within the division.
Mm-hmm.
You know, against the Super Bowl champs, one, you know, the Raiders, and now Russ is looking like Russ. They look like they cooking. It seems like him and Sean Payton is getting on the same page. Offensively, defensively, they always had, pretty decent players at some key position. Patrick Surtain, the third looking good out there. On the offensive side, you got a Sutton, Judy, Javonte Williams, healthy, running the ball. They look like a complete team. They look like a totally different team. So I feel like Russ kind of now is playing his way back into Sean Payton's good graces because his name was, on the block. Like how, we was questioning how long was Russ going to be out there until Sean Payton bench him because he was playing that bad, but something flipped and now they on the roll. He's playing good. What do you see with Denver?
No doubt. I mean, Sean Payton was going to get them right eventually. Yeah, and I mean, Russell Wilson was going to get right eventually, but again, are they peaking at the right moment where Kansas City's kind of trying to figure it out? You know what I mean? Where they can kind of like really put some pressure on them because right now we're not worried about the Raiders, we're not worried about the Chargers, but if the Broncos can continue doing what they do, you know what I mean, they can continue to put pressure on what's going on with the Kansas City Chiefs. Shakur Stevenson. Lackluster performance. Maybe because it was the middle of the week. Against Edwin De Los Santos. You hear a couple of things about, he wasn't feeling well, might have been under the weather, things of that nature. Two, fighters that were kind of like, trying to be wary of each other. I think they're both southpaws, trying to, being wary of each other, being careful, being extra careful, being super careful.
Super careful.
And careful to the point of where the fans started booing. And I think
they were booing for several rounds.
Yeah, and so that wasn't really a good look. But again, I'm not going to take nothing away from Shakur. Only thing that says to me now about him is that he has to get in with somebody worthy now. All right, it's time for kid game is over. And then you got everybody coming out the side of their neck, from Ryan Garcia to Raleigh Romero, like word, like you know what I mean. They all coming out the side of their neck. So what you gonna do? So now for me, it kind of like looks at Shakur in a kind of a different light. Like, I mean, he's the beast of the division or beast of boxing, but is he the boogeyman where everybody's supposed to be scared of him? Now they should be clamoring to fight this dude. You know what I mean? And maybe it's a grand scheme of things where, he just boxed De Los Santos to a point where he knew he was going to get the win, and he didn't really want to look too spectacular in doing it, where it draws all the Ryan Garcias of the world out and the Devin Haney's of the world and these guys like that. Now we're going to see, test your gangsters, see what's up with you, because that's where your next step needs to be. You need to get into the ring with one of those cats. And again, I think that that's how I see Shakur right now. I mean, he, that performance was not it. Not it. You played down to the competition. Is that how they say it?
Yes. I was extremely disappointed. I have been a huge Shakur Stevenson fan. I have been rallying around this guy to try to get him fights, saying that I want to see him in the ring, get some action going on. When he finally got in the ring, I'm like, good, he getting some action. And it was a snooze fest. It was terrible.
A snooze fest.
It was so bad. Like, it was a bad match. And it just got worse and worse as each passing round. Each passing round, it got worse and worse. And thank goodness that it wasn't on pay-per-view. That thank God it was a free fight on ESPN, because if someone had to pay to watch that on TV, I would have been pissed that was a pay-per-view fight. The undercard fights was way better than the main event. it was no action. It was extremely lackluster. But guess what? It was lackluster going into it. This fight had no hype around it. It didn't have no smoke, you know.
Right, it was on a Thursday.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
surprised people knew about it.
People at work, you know. I was surprised. I was like, wait a minute. I said, wait a minute, this a fight tonight?
Yeah.
This fight on ESPN for free on a Thursday?
On a Thursday?
I said, oh, this can't be real. And yeah, it was real. And you know, watching it, I was like, this is bad. It was bad from the opening bell to the end, to the last bell. And it kind of does take away that kind of essence and facade that he had of being the boogeyman, you know, being the guy that people was ducking. They didn't want to really fight him. They didn't want to put the belts on the line. They trying to screw him out of money, you know, giving him a low percentage. Well, the way that you boxed on Thursday, you
right.
Devin might have been on to something with, hey,
it was right.
You deserve what 20-30%, you know, you're not a 50-50 cut guy, and he showed that. And it, like I said, I was extremely disappointed, and this would definitely change the level of competition that he's going to draw now. You know, do Ryan Garcia want to fight him now? I don't know, because we may not draw, you know, a big draw because of your last performance. You know, people might see that and think, well, we put these two guys together, this might be a cakewalk for Ryan because he's running in the ring.
You really think it'll be a cakewalk for Ryan Garcia?
I wouldn't think, but I mean, from what I see,
I feel you. I know. I see. I hear you.
From what I seen Thursday, I feel like it'll be a track meet because he was running and what's his name? De La Santos.
De La Santos, yeah.
Yeah, De La Santos. He even said it in the press conference. He was like, "Of course, I couldn't connect no punches. He was never there." And it's like, people's like, "Oh, well, he's trying to be on his Floyd tip." I'm like, "No, that's not Floyd, because Floyd was standing and you would just miss him." Shakur was running around the freaking ring. He was running laps around the ring backwards. Right. So it was disappointing. I don't know. It's it's like these guys don't want to box, you know. We've been saying
that's the bottom line
for years.
So his star has definitely dimmed.
Yeah, it has. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so this is the part of the show right here, man. Down in Sports Talk, we in the building every Tuesday night. You know the vibes. When we get down on it, we talk about something that bothers us, something that we want to shine some light to, something we want to give some attention to. And as usual, Yada Bear is going to lead us off. What are we getting down on tonight, Yada Bear?
Oh, I got to get down on my Phillies.
Oh, look at this.
Welcome back home, Aaron Nola. You know, 7 years, $172 million. That's a great contract for this guy. He was seeking 200 plus, but he said, you know what he said? He said, "I'm addicted to playoff baseball." You know, he's addicted to playoff baseball.
That just cracks you up, don't it?
Yes, because he knows that staying here in Philly, this is where he would satisfy that addiction of playoff baseball, because we will be in the postseason consistently each year now. Okay.
Possibly.
Listen.
Probably.
Listen. He had meetings with the Braves. He had meetings with the Mets. You know, they were throwing in San Francisco. Everybody like, yeah, we'll give you 200 plus. He said, "Nah, Philly is home. We're going to stay at home, and I'm not going to break the bank. So we still got money left over to, you know, bring in some more bats to help that bullpen." You know, it's going to be a lot of moves making, you know, this off season, and that right there was one of the biggest moves. Now we can focus on, you know, plugging in a bullpen and trying to bring in another bat. But I'm super happy to have Aaron Noah back to help us complete the job. You know, last year lost in the World Series. This year we lost in the national championship game. So having him back will be a big boost. I'm excited. I'm happy. And one other thing I want to say um, on college basketball tip, real quick. Um, with all this talk about, you know, LSU and stuff like that, let's give a huge shout out to South Carolina. Again,
Absolutely.
the cream of the crop. And what they say, the cream always rises to the top, and South Carolina is the cream. The freshman, Michaela, what's her name? No, Malaysia, Furali. She's a beast out on the court. It's crazy. You know, people thought that it was just a one game thing. She's out
Right.
there killing it. You know, South Carolina 3-0 right now, number one all overall. Everybody else is losing. You know, LSU losing.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa just lost. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so again, shout out to Dawn Stelly, shout out to South Carolina. They're gonna keep going. And what you getting down on?
I got to get down on Kelly Oubre. Um, like I feel like, you know, again, sometimes, man, y'all cats, man, do some things, man, and you paint yourself into a corner. This could have been all avoided. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna, come down on you any more than already. You know what I mean? But it just goes to say how people, speculate when they don't know the story. You know what I mean? He got hit by a car, and oh, he got hit. It was a hit and run. They went crazy. Then it was no evidence of a hit and run. Then it was the ring video of him coming into the house, into his place with a bike, on a bike, like like he got hurt or whatever. Then it's his wife talking all this, whatever. The story is so convoluted. So for me, I got some people that I know that were close with the Sixers and stuff like that, and he told me that Kelly Oubre keeps a bike in his car, this truck rather,
Mm-hmm.
and because he drives their cars, like, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and yeah, I guess in his contract or whatever, he's not supposed to be riding no bikes, but it wasn't that serious, yo. You didn't have to, get all of this, attention brought to it. Look, man, you was riding a bike, you fell down, whoop de woo. Take your mea culpa, take your fine, whatever they're gonna do to you. You know what I mean? Because you're an important part of the team, man. You was doing your numbers. You know what I mean? And to add this unnecessariness, if that's a word, on top of it,
It's gonna be one tonight.
yeah, you know what I mean? So that's all, man. I just wanted to get down on that. This is down in Sports Talk.
Hold on. Can I
Yeah,
I
come on,
please
come on.
can I please talk? Let me put it this way, okay? I did not know this guy had that clause in his contract. I didn't even think it was that serious.
Mhm.
So, like you said, with the rain doorbell, what made that even more suspicious that when he came in here, he said those words. I got hit by a car. You hear him say it. And then his wife repeats it, right? So now when everything, comes into the light, when we see that he has this clause in the contract, he got this bike, people from Philly, we all know that downtown, it's a Love Park, down Center City. They got all these little rails and ramps and little stuff like that the skateboarders or inline skates or people on BMX bikes be at. So when I start putting the pieces together, because we're going to get the truth.
Right.
In my head, I said, I know exactly what happened. I can see in my mind. He's down Love Park with the kids. They on skateboards, they on bikes, they on inline skates. He's doing tricks like he's auditioning for the X Games or something like that, you know?
He busted his ass.
Like, yeah, and he tried to do a trick and he probably fell extremely hard, cracked, he fractured his ribs, and was like, oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. And then came up with this, well, let's say I got hit by a car.
Cockababy. This cockababy story.
Trying to make a story here. So now we got a juicy Smollett situation
right.
on our head that's telling me
Carly Russell, Jussie
Carly
Smollett.
Russell.
Right.
I seen a white baby on the highway. I was walking and I got side-swiped by a car. I got hit and run downtown.
I was out at 3:00 in the morning buying the Subway sandwich.
I was trying to get some chips. You know, I was going to Wawa, something, and now you got the cops involved. You got people looking at
FBI,
cameras.
You know what I mean? The CIA, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Now you got your wife lying because she's trying. Oh, you got hit by a car. You know he didn't get hit by no car.
Look! I got hit by.
Yeah. Say it louder. I need you to say it louder. Yeah. Like, come on now. You outside. What are you riding this bike for? Like, do you want to be in the X Games or you want to be in the NBA game? Like, what do you want to do, Kelly? What are you trying to do? So now you're missing significant time. We're in a stupid in-season tournament, you know, that everybody's so hype about. You're missing that. I don't know if he's going to get fined by the team, if it's a clause in his contract that the contract might get voided. Who knows? But I just need them to clear it up. I need him to get healthy. And I need him to get back on the court. It's just mind-blowing that we're going through something like that with him. We just got rid of the drama with James Harden. And then we come back and we got drama with you with this BMX bike. What are you doing?
Well,
I just don't understand. It's mind-blowing.
It is what it is.
It is.
You know, no doubt. Down in Sports Talk, man, we're about to be out, man. Salute. We'll talk to y'all next week. Make sure y'all have a nice, happy, festive, safe holiday and all that. You know what I mean? Celebrate with your family and all that. Football games, 3 football games. I think it's what? Packers, Lions.
Yep.
Commanders, Cowboys,
and Cowboys.
Yeah. 9
and then on Friday, you got the Jets and the in Miami
Dolphins. Black Friday.
Video.
And next week we will have the plate review. I put a couple of joints out there. People think they're gonna respond. So we will be back with the plate review. Any last words before we go, Brasky?
I just want to say have a happy and safe holiday. Everybody be safe and enjoy the games, and as always, go Birds.
All right, we'll talk to y'all next week down in Sports Talk. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Salute.
Peace.
Peace.
Catch me on 6 Zeros.
6zeros.net, man.